Hello everyone, we're discussing Delphi again today. Last year, as many of you know, I posted a video talking about the Shack, and it became a very popular video, and it also became a very controversial video because it seems like in the true crime community, um, people get very upset when you find out information before they do sometimes, which is unfortunate because if you're in this for the right reasons like I am, which is to want to catch the person or persons who did this sort of thing, then putting out important, potentially relevant information matters a bunch. So having said that, I'm going to go back down this rabbit hole again briefly. For those of you who have never seen this, this information's out there already. But after I posted this video last year, it spawned a whole bunch of copycat videos. People just kind of taking this in a million different directions. And one of the reasons I took it down is because people started accusing Kelsey German of things without any proof. And again, a reminder, after I post this video, I won't hesitate to block people who behave inappropriately on my page. Having said that, let's take a look. Here, this is September 2018, Virtually a Detective, James Renner. He interviews Kelsey German in a 360-degree interview. Yes, you can actually scroll around and look at the ice cream shop where they're eating and turn 360 degrees with the camera. He interviews Kelsey German, and she references the Shack. Now remember again, this is September 2018.
When they get this guy, what do you want? What do you want to happen to him at this point?
Well, have you seen the Shack?
Have you seen the Shack? And again, that's at about the 245 or 250 mark of James Renner's Virtually a Detective Chapter 8 video. Then, of course, as we all know too well, we have Doug Carter here in April 2019. So 7 months later, he references the Shack as well.
I recently watched a movie called The Shack.
I recently watched a movie called The Shack. Now, as we know from studying this case, The Shack was a very popular movie being shown in a lot of local churches in that area during that time back in, 2019 or so. And I've always wondered, is there some sort of coded message going on here? And then I start studying Richard Allen's property and things like that. And this information's already out there, so I'm comfortable putting this up there. Again, do not harass his family. Do not show up at Richard Allen's house. Just don't do stuff like that, okay? But we go to his house and his property here. And you can see we have this pool back here. We have his house. And there's a shed. The shed is like right in this area. And it's obscured in this Google satellite imagery by the trees. Is there something that he was hiding in there? Was he hiding trophies in there? Is that them referencing the Shack? Is that why that happened? Or was it just a complete coincidence and Doug Carter was just sharing his own personal anecdote or experience during that press conference? That's something that I've always wondered. It's something that I hope we get an answer to one day. So until we do, there may be no way of knowing. I'd like to know what you all think about that. Is that a coincidence? The other thing that I find really interesting, I've really been wondering a lot lately. Is it possible, even though Richard Allen's wife, Kathy, has stated she's going to stand by his side or be supportive. I know he has a daughter that I think was with her at one of the court hearings or something like that. And he mouthed to them in the courtroom, I guess, "I love you." Even though it appears that his family's staying by his side, is there any potential chance that one of them stumbled across something in that shed? Is it possible that somebody, um, saw something that they thought was suspicious and tipped him in? What if one of his own family members tipped him in, and until the trial is just pretending to be cool with him and everything like that? But then once the trial happens, we come to find out or something that somebody in his own family found some sort of evidence or something that led them to go back over their notes, and they came across the Department of Natural Resources interview again that Rick Allen allegedly did. I'm just kind of thinking outside the box here, and here's another reason why. Let's go back to this 2019 press conference, and you ask, well, what makes you think that that's a possibility? Well, take a listen.
We are confident that you have told someone what you have done. Or at the very least, they know because of how different you are since the murders. We are confident that you have told someone what you have done. Or at the very least, they know because of how different you are since the murders.
We also know that investigators were out in Allen's backyard when they searched his property, and there's eyewitness accounts from neighbors stating they were digging, they were interested in the fire pit area, and of course, again, we know Richard Allen has this shed hidden underneath these trees in the back of his property. We can't tell if it's locked. Regardless, what kind of secrets did investigators find when they searched his property? And was he foolish enough to leave trophies, things of that nature? Hopefully one day we find out at trial. Thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know what you think in the comments. And do you think there's any chance that the shack reference was a coincidence? And my other question again is it possible somebody in his family or a neighbor tipped him in, which led them to go back to square one to look through all their old notes? Have a great day, everybody.